Yeah, San Francisco has put roughly half of its utility lines underground, and now PG&E says there's no money left to underground the rest.
ABC 7 News reporter Melendez looked into this and joins us now with more details.
Well, you know, most European cities have all their power lines underground. And so the question is, why can't we, right? So San Francisco has been at this for years. The last time there was a concerted effort to discuss the matter was in 2019, 2020. Now we know that there are no plans by PG&E or the city to underground anything.
San Francisco has many scenic views, but not all views are created equal. Ask Claudia Anderson, who wakes up every morning to the sight of a PG&E transformer located just outside her bedroom.
My transformer blew out once. We've had transformers at the top of the block blow out, and so there is a hazard of having these. Beside it being unsightly, it is a hazard.
One of my pet peeves is just looking up one of these streets and seeing all these wires everywhere.
In 1967, there was a strong demand for undergrounding. In fact, it was encouraged and promoted by the California Public Utilities Commission simply for aesthetic reasons. But as San Francisco residents know, overhead power lines can be unsafe during big storms and earthquakes. The city has buried about half of its utility lines, but what about the remaining 470 miles of overhead lines that still need to be undergrounded?
There was constant funds set aside by PG&E for undergrounding in San Francisco and other areas, and that money is gone now, even though they're raising rates through the roof.
For years, PG&E customers have paid into a program that's supposed to bury all those lines. The funding rule for those projects was established by the cpuc, which said the upfront undergrounding cost for any project is funded by the utility agency and paid back by the ratepayers. In the late 90s, Anderson had the chance to have the power lines on her street placed underground as long as neighbors agreed to pay for digging up the street.
We were approached by the planners of the light rail, who said, hey, this is your opportunity if you want to get things undergrounded. And we were like, that's great. But then they said, well, but you know, it has to be unanimous on your block and every family's going to have to chip in several $1,000s.
But not everyone was willing or able to pay, and the project went away.
We missed probably the one and only opportunity.
Here's why. PG&E is now telling us our 10,000-mile undergrounding program targets circuits in areas with the highest wildfire risk, characterized as elevated or extreme risk, tiers 2 and 3. There are no locations with the city and county of San Francisco in tier 2 or tier 3 areas.
San Francisco simply is not as volatile as some of these other areas that have burned recently.
We can beg and we can grovel and we can plead, but we cannot force them to do it. They are a utility under the jurisdiction of the California Public Utilities Commission. This is PG&E's world. We just live in it.
But the city is also to blame for mismanaging the last undergrounding project, which took 10 years. ABC 7 obtained the Independent Master Work Plan study on the utility undergrounding program, which came out in 2020. That study clearly states that a lack of proper planning, overruns, and schedule delays resulted in cost overruns. In other words, San Francisco spent all of its undergrounding funds and more. The study also found that there was never an understanding of who was leading the project, PG&E or the city and county of San Francisco. For San Francisco residents, this means the funding source will not be available until the money is paid back. It also means San Franciscans continue to pay off that debt with no new projects in sight. The study concluded that the need to find alternative funding sources is imperative in moving forward with a citywide utilities undergrounding program in San Francisco.
The big upside to having things underground, besides the aesthetics, is public safety. So we'll see what people have to say after the next big earthquake.
Now, let's say for a moment that the money was there. What would it cost? Now, according to that report, it would cost between $50 and $100 million. But keep in mind that that report came out in 2020. Now, it would take about 50 years, we're told, to complete this project.